All right, it's time to get off the gridiron and onto the hardwood. Basketball starts on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel tonight, and it starts in Hyrum with Mountain Crest playing host to Clearfield. These are a couple teams that mirror each other a little bit. Both of them struggling the last few years. Last year, both of them finishing at the bottom of their region. Both of them with teams that had a hard time scoring, but with pretty good defenses. 7th in 4A for Mountain Crest on defense, 6th in 6A for Clearfield on defense, so they could stop the ball. They just couldn't score the ball. Both these teams return a bunch of kids that had a lot of playing time last year, and they're pretty excited about, hey, we've got some experience, and maybe we can take a step this year. So a couple of teams with a lot of aspirations. It was a great football year for the Mountain Crest Mustangs. Tonight we're going to find out if the basketball can follow suit. It's the Game of the Week coming up on the Valley Channel.
Wendy's is saying thanks for making the Junior Bacon Cheeseburger America's #1 bacon cheeseburger by giving you more of what you love. Introducing Wendy's Giant Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. Double the beef, double the bacon, and now it comes in a giant meal for $5 with nuggets, fries, and a drink. There's absolutely nothing junior about it, except the price. Get Wendy's $5 Giant Junior Bacon Cheeseburger meal before it's gone.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
Had a nice conversation with Mountain Crest head coach Chandler Smith a little bit earlier this week. You know, he's going on not a lot of sleep. They just welcomed their 4th child into their home, a new little baby girl recently, and well, in the last 10 days. And he said, you know, I got a lot to be excited about with a new one at home and with a team that brings back a lot of players, a lot of kids that have a lot of experience. And he really feels like, you know, last year we only won 3 games, but we competed, and we were so close. And he mentioned a handful of games that were, you know, one possession here or there that could have gone the other way. And he talked about this year, we have got to score. We played pretty well defensively, but we've got to find ways to score the basketball, and that's really been something that they've really emphasized in the offseason as they get ready. It's a tough region here in Region 11. They hope to do a little bit better than last year. They tip it off tonight against Clearfield.
Say the word base. Say the word mess.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you have been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings. Our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Custom Fence Company. Privacy, security, peace of mind. Rich's Cars and Credit. Good guys you can trust. Anderson Seed and Garden.
growing better gardeners. The Logo Shop. We logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Factory Pizzeria. We're open late after the game. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 30 years.
The Mustangs were 3-19 last year, 2-8 in Region 11. They finished 6th in the region. Let's see who's starting for Clearfield.
High School. Sorry we don't have numbers right now, but Trace
Hansen, number 10, will get the start. He's a 6'1 junior. Peyton Cotter at 6'2 junior as well, number 4. 24, James Barraza, 6' senior. Our Coach McLaughlin told me, I asked him for his starters before the game. He said, not sure yet, can't give them to you. He said if they're juniors or seniors, we'll probably see them tonight. Austin Mitchell, a 6'10 senior. Yeah, you heard me right, 6'10.
And finally,
number 31, Chase McNeil. We'll probably see Lincoln Church as well. For the Mustangs, though, their top 5 set in stone, at least for tonight. Oliver Nethercott, a 6'1 senior, he wears number 0. And this is one thing that Coach Smith told me. He's really excited about how much experience these players have. Ray Robbins, a 6'1 senior. Hunter Pugmire, a 6'5 senior, number 10. Travis Leiser, fresh off a pretty good football season, a 6'3 senior. And Joseph Hunsaker, who's been playing a lot since he was a freshman. He's a junior now. He's a 6'3 junior.
Let's hear it for our Mountain Crest Mustangs!
Clearfield finished 4-18 last year, 3-9 in region, 7th in Region 1. Both of these teams finished last in their region.
Orthopedics and sports medicine with our own athletic trainer, which we love, Marcus Baum.
Both these teams returning. Plenty of kids that saw some time last year. Mountain Crest was 13th in 4A in scoring, 44 points a game. Clearfield was 24th in 6A, 41.5 per game. Mountain Crest 7th in defense, giving up 55.5 a game. Clearfield was 6th in defense in 6A, giving up just a shade under 54 points per game. Both teams lost in the first round of their respective playoffs. Pugmire and Mitchell tap the ball, and it's Clearfield winning that on a turnover, and then they give it right back. Hunsaker stole it, and it looked like it went out of bounds off him, but it's a turnover out of the gates for Clearfield. Coach Chandler Smith telling us we have got to get our offense going, and we have got to be able to put the ball in the bucket this year. He feels like they work hard, and that's what you can do on defense, and that's why their defense was okay. He said, but we have got to put the ball in the bucket. Nethercott's shot won't go, and it's rebounded out of there by McNeil. Clearfield working around, looking down to the big 6'10 player. Mitchell has nothing as he's guarded by Pugmire. 3 on the way from the far side. Looks good, a little short. Mitchell fighting for the board, and Pugmire has it, and a foul on big number 21, Austin Mitchell. That's first personal foul of the ball game. 7:05 to play in the first quarter. No score here in Hyrum between Mountain Crest and Clearfield. First game for both of these teams on this season. Some of the teams in Region 11 played yesterday, and we'll get to that in a moment as Hunsaker leaves it a little bit short. Leiser comes down with a rebound. Leiser to the middle, spins back inside. Shot won't go. Rebounded by Mitchell. Mitchell hands it off to Barraza and then back to Hansen, and Hansen controls. Clearfield trying to get looks off of action. And they look inside to McNeil and Leiser, Travis Leiser. Picks up the first foul on Mountain Crest.
First personal foul for Mountain Crest.
So each team with one infraction. 3 on the way, far side, good. Lincoln Church finds the range, and Clearfield scores the first points of the ball game with 6:24 to play in this first quarter. You'll notice something behind the basket. I think you can see it in the shot, a shot clock this year. So there's a shot clock in high school basketball this year. Scoring will maybe go up from that. Nethercott looking for a screen. Pugmire comes up. Nethercott doesn't use it. Leiser cuts back door. Nice pass, can't finish. Mitchell taps the rebound to himself. We're going the other way as Hansen picks it up, gives it off to Church. Mitchell steps into a 3, short. Rebounded by Hunsaker. Even numbers. Nethercott looks down inside. Pugmire gets free, and the Mustangs are on the board.
Assist by Nethercott.
3-2, Clearfield with the early lead. 5:35 to play in the first quarter here in Hyrum. And the night before Thanksgiving. Spin inside, ball's free and stolen away. As Barraza gives it up, Eliza goes for the layup, and he's hammered. He'll go to the line. Barraza picks up the foul, second team foul on Clearfield. Then Leiser goes to the free throw line. First free throw won't go. Going back to what I was talking about with Coach Smith about how we got to put the ball in the hoop. He talks about, and he mentioned 3 or 4, was his exact words. We had 3 or 4 games last year that were right there. We just couldn't figure out a way to get the ball in the hoop, and we've got to do that this year. Could mean the difference between wins and losses, obviously. Leiser hits 1 of 2. We're tied at 3 with 5:10 to play in this first quarter. They look into Mitchell, and Pugmire fronts him. So now a look at a 3 by Church. He was trying to hit Mitchell on the roll. And it's kicked out by the Mustangs. Hansen will trigger underneath. Looks into Mitchell. Mitchell kicks it back out to Church. Hansen coming in off the inbounds play. Misses it short. Leiser fights for the board. And it's Robbins who comes up with it. Robbins uses the Leiser screen. Kicks it back out to Pugmire. He fakes the 3. And then they move the ball around the perimeter. Leiser looks for some help. A cutting Nethercott. It hits him in the chest. He drops it. Now Robbins takes a look. Back to Hunsaker, 3 on the way. Too hard off the back of the iron. Rebound by Pugmire, put back in. So Pugmire with 4 of his team's 5 points, and the Mustangs lead 5-3 with 4:20 to play in this first quarter, just about halfway through the first quarter. Hunsaker knocks it out of bounds. 2 years ago, we're watching Hunsaker as a freshman. He looked like he was about 12 years old. And now I think we need to look at his ID to make sure he's young enough to play high school ball. He's got that beard going. Oh my, how they grow up. Ball tapped out of bounds by Hunsaker as we approach the midway point of this first quarter. Mountain Crest leads by a bucket, 5-3, with 4:07 to play in the first quarter. And Clearfield wants a timeout. They're going to take a 30-second timeout, kind of talk about things and reset. The Logo Shop is one of our game sponsors. They logo stuff, all kinds of stuff, shirts, mugs, mouse pads, thumb drives, phone cases, you name it, they'll logo it. They'll put your logo on it. They'll do it right. The Logo Shop, one of our Game of the Week sponsors. We got a lot of great sponsors, and we'd hope if you hear about them here on the Valley Channel and you go in to visit them, that you would give them a holler and let them know that you heard about them on the Valley Channel. And thanks for supporting local high school sports. There's a lot of outlets putting these ball games on TV and over the airwaves now. The Valley Channel was there first. Everybody else, Johnny come lately. The Valley Channel's been around since, well, I don't know, forever. 30-plus years. Here's a foul underneath on the the layup attempt by Mitchell.
Foul, number 10, Mountain Crest.
They're going to call it on Pugmire. So Pugmire with 4 points, 1 foul, and a free throw, 2 free throws coming for Mitchell. First one too hard off the heel.
Mitchell, this is the first, he's shooting a second one.
And he'll get another. Mitchell misses them both. Hunsaker with good position picks up the board. Leiser works it to Robbins. Robbins looks for a little bit of help as Hansen bellies up on him. Now they swing it back inside. Nice pass by Leiser to Pugmire. And Pugmire has 6, and it's 7-3. Mountain Crest, 3.5 to play in this first quarter. Clearfield hit the first shot of the ball game. Now Mountain Crest on a 7-0 run. As Clearfield having trouble finding the bottom of their bucket. Hansen knows what to do with it.
Number 10, Trace Hansen for 2.
Trace Hansen, his first bucket of the game, and it's a 7-5 Mountain Crest lead, and the Mustangs turn it over. Their first turnover of the evening. And with 3:06 to play in the first quarter, Clearfield gets a chance to tie it up or take the lead.
Nice hands by Robbins, knocks it out. Stays Clearfield ball.
Ball knocked out of bounds. It's still Clearfield ball. That's Peyton Cotter who's in the ball game now for Clearfield. Hansen looks at Mitchell, high post, doesn't go to him. Now Barraza. Now they go to Mitchell, and he's fouled by Leiser. That's his second.
Foul number 12.
So Travis Leiser is going to have to take a seat.
Josh Arnell checking in for Mountain Crest.
Josh Arnell is going to check in for the Mustangs. Leiser will have to take a seat with the 2 fouls. He's an energy guy. He was great at defensive end for the Mustangs. And a great defense, their football team. Here's a nice steal. Hunsaker with the pilfer, working against Mitchell, and he backs it out as 6'10" stayed with him. Arnell in trouble, kicks it back out to Hunsaker. Robbins looks down low. There's no entry pass for him, so they go in the corner. Nethercott for 3, got it. So the Mustangs double up the Falcons. 10-5 with 1:50 to play in the first quarter. Mountain Crest with the lead. First 3-pointer of the night for Mountain Crest. Church back out to Barraza. Now Mitchell has it. Mitchell kicks it back out to Barraza, and Barraza's fouled as Robbins is riding him in there.
Number 5, Ray Robbins. Mountain Crest, 4th.
That's the 4th personal foul on the Mustangs.
Number 31, Chase McNeil coming in for Clearfield.
Chase McNeil replaces Mitchell. McNeil, the 6'2" junior. Barraza with a little hook running across the lane, no good. Rebounded by Nethercott. Here come the Mustangs. Clearfield's back, and the Mustangs set it up. Down low, they look to Pugmire. He's had a good first quarter, and it continues. Hunter Pugmire now with 8 points, and it's a 12-5 Mountain Crest lead with 1:10 to play in the first quarter here in Hyrum. Clearfield working it, looking for a good shot. Hansen has it knocked away. And then Arnell dives into the legs of...
Foul number 3, Josh Arnell. Mountain Crest.
Dives into the legs of Cotter, and Arnell gets the foul.
Checking in for Mountain Crest. Hess. Number 23.
Got 23 in there now for the Mustangs. Caden Hess. McNeil to Church. Church hit a 3 earlier. Back to McNeil. Works his way. Scoops under. He dragged his pivot foot and he traveled. Fourth turnover for Clearfield here in the early going. 39.4 seconds to play in the first quarter. 12-5 Mountain Crest. And they have the ball. See if they hold for the last shot or they just take the first look, good look they get. They won't be able to hold for the last shot because of the shot clock. It's about a 3-second difference. Down low they go to Hess. Hess turns in and misses. He just got done playing in the JV game, and he played a pretty good JV game. McNeil picks up the foul. Third team foul for Clearfield. 19.7 seconds to play in the first quarter. And Mountain Crest leads 13-5 after the Hess free throw. One more for it. Hess' second free throw rims out. Rebounded by Barraza. Cotter gives it up to Hansen. Plenty of time. Church looks down into McNeil. 9 seconds. McNeil back out front to Church. 3 on the way. Good. 2 3-pointers for Church. Shot not off in time. It didn't get there anyway. And the Mustangs lead Clearfield 13-8 as the first quarter's in the books. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. KSM Music's been a long-time sponsor of the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Music is all that they do. They don't mess around with other things. So many places try to do just too much, right? And KSM focuses on music. KSM means music. It's in the name. KSM Music, a Game of the Week sponsor. Hey, don't forget about Fernando and the gang down at the Factory Pizzeria. Holy cow. They've got just about everything you get to ask for down there. Their appetizer menu looks awesome. They've got the wings, they've got the matzo sticks, they've got everything you'd want if you're watching a ball game. They got the TVs up there, and they got that great pizza with a crust unlike any other in Cache Valley or really any other that I've ever had. The Factory Pizzeria, the Game of the Week sponsor. Rigdon Anderson, number 4, into the ball game late in that first quarter for Mountain Crest. And he'll go back to the bench as Arnell, Nethercott, Robbins, Hunsaker, and Hess start the second quarter. Cotter, Hansen, Church, McNeil, and now Mitchell on the court for Clearfield. 3 on the way, short rebound, Hansen. Hansen finds Church. He hit 2 3-pointers in that first quarter. It's a 13-8 ball game. Mountain Crest with a 5-point lead. We just started the second period. 3 on the way, won't go, but big 6'10" Austin Mitchell. But Clearfield regains control, and Arnell fouls Church.
Number 3, Josh Arnell.
Arnell, that's his second. That's the 16th foul. Next foul on Mountain Crest, it's free throws for the rest of the half. Arnell will have to sit. He came in for Lizer. When Lizer got 2 fouls, now Lizer's going to come in, and Robbins is going to sit down. And Anderson comes in for Arnell. The give to Mitchell. Looks down low to McNeil. McNeil with the big body. Turns in on Lizer, leaves it a little short, and Lizer pulls down the rebound. 7:20 to play in this first half. Inside they go to Hess. Hess is blocked. Jump ball.
Clearfield basketball.
And Clearfield on the possession. And the Mustangs with their second turnover of the half. Clearfield has turned it over 4 times. Clearfield's shooting has been rough here in this first half, but they're only down by 5. Down they go to McNeil. McNeil turns in and scores. Good position. They gave him the ball where he needed it. He didn't let himself get sped up, and he turned in and scored. And it's a 13-10 ball game. And a travel as Mountain Crest turns it over. Hess is bumping into McNeil, trying to move him off his spot. And McNeil wasn't having it. He said, no, man, that's my spot. McNeil, 6'7". I think I said 6'2" earlier. He's 6'7". So that's a big front line for Clearfield. 13-10 with 6.5 to play in the first half. Mountain Crest with a 3-point lead. Hansen loses the ball. Picked up by Hunsaker. Clearfield folks here wanted a foul. No whistle here. It's knocked away. Mitchell goes behind the back. It's a little too fancy and loses it as we trade turnovers. 4 now for Mountain Crest. Hansen, Mitchell, 2 points. 13-12. It's a 1-point ball game as Clearfield climbs back into it. Mountain Crest led by as many as 7. Down low, they look for Anderson. It's knocked away, and he gets it back, and the Mustangs try to set it up again. Shot clock down to 17. It's a 35-second shot clock this year. Ball knocked out of bounds by Cotter. So McNeil's going to sit down, and Barraza's going to come back in. Barraza goes 6'4".
Checking in from Mountain Crest, Ray Robbins.
Robbins will replace Hess. Hess with a pretty good little run. He sits down with a free throw to his name in the scorebook. 5:41 to play in the first half, a 1-point ball game. Clearfield trails, but now they have a chance to take the lead as the Mustangs are throwing the ball all over the gym here in the opening minutes of this second quarter. They have 5 turnovers, and 4 of them here in the first 2.5 minutes of this second quarter. Meanwhile, Clearfield with 5 of their own, but they've only turned it over once here in this second quarter. Custom Fence is one of our sponsors. Are you a DIYer? Well, let Custom Fence help you. They'll supply good advice and the right materials to help you DIY it right. They've got all the experience, all the materials, everything you need for your custom fence job, no matter how big or small. Custom Fence. Rich's Cars and Credit, another one of our sponsors. You can get financing from your credit union without having to go there. You can go to Rich's Cars and Credit. They'll work with your credit union. They'll get the same interest rate as you would have if you'd gone in to the credit union. Save yourself a stop, save yourself some running around, get yourself a nice new used car at Rich's Cars and Credit, a Game of the Week sponsor.
Clearfield basketball on the side.
Spencer Jones into the ball game, number 2 for Clearfield.
Great defense by Mountain Crest.
Ball knocked out of bounds. Mountain Crest in a 2-3 zone on this inbounds play. Cotter looks into Mitchell. He puts the ball on the floor and they tap it away. 6'10", and how many times they coach it. Keep it up high. He tried to take that one dribble, and they went in and dug it out. And it's a turnover, the 6th of the evening for Clearfield, and now Barraza fouls at the other end. His second.
4th team foul on Clearfield.
And that's team foul number 4. Next foul on Mountain Crest will put Clearfield at the line for the rest of the half. There's 5:10 to play in the half. Mountain Crest leads 13-12. Mountain Crest has yet to score in this second quarter. Robbins swoops in, misses, but it'll go to the line.
Foul number 21, Austin Mitchell. Clearfield's 5th team foul.
So Mitchell picks up the foul. Mitchell's second. Well, Mitchell and Barassa with 2, Leiser and Arnell with 2 for Mountain Crest.
It's the first, shooting the second.
Robbins gets on the board.
Checking in number 31, Chase McNeil for Clearfield.
Mitchell sits with those 2 fouls, and McNeil comes back in. He's a little bit wider body. He's 3 inches shorter than Mitchell, but there's a few more bricks in that outhouse.
Robbins, this is the second.
Robbins hits 1 of 2. And we're headed the other way. McNeil, long jumper is good.
Number 31, Chase McNeil, 2.
Now a turnover on the other end. It's a tie ball game here in Hyrum. Clearfield has outscored Mountain Crest 6-1 to start this second quarter. Tied at 14 with 4:40 to play in the first half. Next foul on Mountain Crest will put Clearfield in the bonus. Hunsaker reaches in, taps that one away. 7th turnover for Clearfield.
That brings the ball.
And now the Mustangs looking to take the lead back as we're tied at 14. Hunsaker 3, got it. He was the only starter who hadn't scored yet for Mountain Crest, and Hunsaker finds the range, and it's 17-14 Mustangs with 4 minutes to play in the first half, midway through this second quarter. Church has a couple of 3-pointers as he gives it off. Jackson Ogden, number 3 in the ballgame. That's him down low. Scoops it to McNeil, and McNeil drops it. Turnover. 8th of the half.
Pushing the ball.
Nethercott up top. Robbins all alone. Rims out. Rebound. Church and Hunsaker fight for it. Jump ball.
Jump ball, the Mountain Crest basketball.
And that's Mustang
Hunter
basketball.
Pugmire fighting for the ball.
So it's Pugmire and Church. Pugmire's had a good first half. He had 8 points in the first quarter. Hasn't scored here in the second. They haven't really looked for him. Mountain Crest has turned it over a lot in this second quarter. But Joseph Hunsaker's warming up. That's his second long ball. It's 20-14. Mountain Crest back out front by 6 with 3:25 to play in the first half. Inside they go. A shot blocked by Pugmire. Skip pass to Church. Dribbling into traffic and getting in trouble was Ogden. He turns it over. 3 on the way for Mountain Crest. Too hard. Rebounded by Pugmire, and it's swatted out of bounds. 9 turnovers now for Clearfield. 9 turnovers. Mountain Crest has turned it over 4 times in this quarter, 5 in the first half. But that was the 5th second quarter turnover for Clearfield. Hunsaker's been hot. Stays hot. Hunsaker gets the shooter's bounce and fouled. A 4-point play and a chance to put the Mustangs up by 10. Trace Hansen back into the ball game as Ogden will take a seat for Clearfield. Pugmire's erupted for 10 points. After not scoring in the first quarter, he's got 10 points here. He's got the last 10 points for the Mustangs, and they lead by 10 points. It's a 10-0 run. 3 on the way and good as Spencer Jones answers. Robbins driving inside. He didn't take that 3. Nethercott. Underhand scoop, won't go. Hansen. Church looked at the 3, thought again. Now he puts up a baseline jumper that won't go. Rebounded out by Hunsaker. It's an 8-point ball game with 2:10 to play in the half. Mountain Crest with the 8-point lead. And Mountain Crest now with their 6th turnover of the half. 2:08 to be precise on the clock. Tavion Singletary into the ball game now. Number 35. Shot clock has not been an issue in this game as they try out that shot clock. Singletary looking to create some offense.
Foul on Pugmire, number 10.
Pugmire picks up the foul. That's his second. And that means Singletary will go to the line.
Kane Hess coming in.
Hess will replace Pugmire, who's had a good first half.
Number 35, Tavion Singletary, shooting 1-1.
Singletary with 1 and 1. He misses.
Rebounded by another Cox. Pushing up the floor.
Robbins all the way to the rim and put it in.
Another cut to Robbins.
Robbins with 3. 26-17 Mountain Crest. 1:35 to play in this first half. Jones, skip pass to Church. Good look at a 3. Likes what he sees.
Lincoln Church for 3.
Lincoln Church now with 9 points, all of them from behind the arc. 26-20. 1:20 to play in the first half. Robbins has it knocked away by Singletary. Jump ball, that'll go over to Clearfield. And that's a turnover. 7th of the half for Mountain Crest. 9 turnovers for Clearfield. First game of the season, and in some ways it looks like it. A little bit raggedy at times. Mountain Crest with the 6-point lead. Clearfield with the ball. Singletary turns it over. He just can't hold on to that entry pass. And now Mountain Crest returns the favor. Double-digit turnovers for Clearfield with 10. That's 8 for Mountain Crest. I'm sure both coaches will be talking at the half about ball security. Church in the corner. Another good look. 3 won't go. He hit the deck trying to get the foul call. They didn't call it. And on the rebound, the ball is knocked out of bounds off of Clearfield. And with 46.2 seconds left in this first half, Mountain Crest with a 6-point lead and the ball. About an 11-second difference between the game and the shot clock. Long 3, Nethercott. Too hard, rebounded by Jones. It's knocked away from him. Anderson picks it up. Nethercott drives in, and he's fouled. And that'll be the 7th foul on Clearfield.
10, Trace Hansen. Clearfield.
So 1 and 1 for Nethercott.
Nethercott shooting 1 and 1.
Nethercott had a 3 in the early going.
Checking in for Clearfield, number 1, Bo Miller.
But he hasn't scored since. Bo Miller, number 1, the 5'11 junior, on the court now for the Falcons. 25.6 on the clock. Clearfield could hold for the last shot if they get the board, and they do.
Clearfield basketball.
Cotter comes up with it. Mountain Crest is led by as many as 10. Clearfield is not led. They were tied at 14.
Rebound by Hess.
Hess rips it down, 5 seconds. Nethercott looking for an opening. Raises 3 on the way. Good!
Let's hear for our Mountain Crest Mustangs. 29-13.
So Oliver Nethercott hits a 3 at the buzzer, and the Mustangs take a 29-20 lead into the locker room at halftime. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
Because they have beautiful selections of fresh flowers. They're family owned and been in business for a long time, and they make you feel like part of the family.
Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
At Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, we believe in a very thorough hearing test. Do you hear ringing noises? Does any member of your family have hearing loss? Do you have frequent or severe headaches? Any numbness in your face or fingertips? Do loud sounds hurt your ears? Were you in the military? Have you ever had your hearing tested before?
No, I have not.
Say the word mousetrap. Say the word baseball. Say the word airplane. Say the word cowboy. It also told us if you had a halt, I was able to make the words and you were still able to
Ranges of eight. What are all the rest of the...
Okay.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
Your password is password, and everything you own is gray, Mike.
I thought you liked Basic, Mike.
That was before I had Wendy's made to crave chicken sandwiches. Now I know I can do better than Basic.
Upgrade from Basic with 3 new sandwiches on Wendy's Made to Crave menu. The barbecue chicken sandwich, avocado BLT chicken sandwich, and the sauce and bacon chicken sandwich. At Wendy's, we got you.
You need to take a long drive at exactly the speed limit.
Water is always described as being tranquil. Then you dive in and you're just moving through it and you're ripping through it, and it's not tranquil at all. All I want to do with my life is to be a United States Navy fighter pilot. I can just see myself whizzing through the air, fly high and fly fast. That's what I want to do.
She really feels the call to serve our country, and she is going to do it regardless of what that requires of her.
Nothing motivates me more than when someone tells me that I can't do something.
Becoming a fighter pilot is something people might not expect a woman to do, but she does it anyway, and she doesn't care.
I feel like I gotta stick it to him. I gotta prove him wrong.
That really makes her a role model for other girls.
That's another stereotype broken by Wells Johnson.
Wells is the person that has the most grit, the most determination, the one that won't give up, that is very relentless.
It's like Teddy Roosevelt said, nothing in this world is worth having or worth doing unless it means effort, pain, and difficulty. Everything that I do with school and with sport, it's all been working towards this one thing. It's how I can use my gifts and talents to serve the world. I know that this is God's path for me. The sky is kind of like water, where it's tranquil and peaceful. And then up in a plane, tearing through the sky. I can just picture myself flying. I can see that so vividly.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you have been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings. Our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Custom Fence Company. Privacy, security, peace of mind. Rich's Cars and Credit. Good guys you can trust. Anderson Seed and Garden. Growing better gardeners. The Logo Shop. We logo stuff. All kinds of stuff. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Factory Pizzeria. We're open late after the game. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 30 years.
29-20 our score as we get ready to start the second half. Mountain Crest leads Clearfield. Mountain Crest led by Joseph Hunsaker. He had 10 points, the only player to hit double figures for either team. He had 3 3-pointers and a free throw. All in that second quarter. It was a 14-14 tie. And then Mountain Crest went on a 15-6 run to end the half. For Clearfield, Lincoln Church had 3 triples of his own with 9 points. 3 points for Spencer Jones off the bench. McNeil, Wall, Mitchell, and Hanson each with a bucket. For Mountain Crest, we mentioned Hunsaker. Nethercott hit a couple of threes for 6 points. 3 points for Ray Robbins. Hunter Pugmire with 8 points all in the first quarter. 1 point off a free throw for Travis Leiser. He sat with some foul trouble. Arnell and Anderson played and did not score, and Hess came off the bench to get a free throw. So Mountain Crest averaging 44 points per ball game last year, and they're on pace for 58 tonight, so they have to be a little pleased with that. Clearfield averaging 41.5 last year, and they're on pace for 40 tonight, so they probably aren't too happy about that. Both teams turned the ball over a ton in that first half. Double-digit turnovers for Clearfield, 9 for Mountain Crest. Nethercott, short. Hess starts the second half, gets the rebound. Mitchell stuffs him twice. So Pugmire had that great first quarter, and he starts the second half on the bench, and Hess gets in there. Mitchell turns, score.
Number 20, Wesley Mitchell for 2.
Mitchell with 4. And it's a 7-point Mountain Crest lead. 7:15 to play in this third quarter. Hunsaker hot in that second quarter, gives it up to Nethercott. Nethercott puts a body into his man, Church, who falls out of the way, and Nethercott misses a wide open shot. He'd love to have that one back. And Clearfield, Hanson says, all right, settle down. Let's get a good look.
Stolen by Hunsaker.
This one knocked away, and Hunsaker takes it away. 11 turnovers now for Clearfield. Robbins stuck. Out front they go to Leiser. Leiser down the lane. In the corner to Robbins. Good look at a 3. Rims out. Leiser lucky he didn't pick up his third foul. Excuse me, Hess. For Hess, it would have been his first, but he ran into Church, knocked him down. They said, play on. And a 7-point ball game with 6:30 to play in the third quarter. Clearfield looking to cut into that Mountain Crest lead. Barraza down the lane, nowhere to go. Taken away by Leiser. Now both teams fighting for it. And we got a foul on Hanson. They said Hanson reached in. The Clearfield faithful that made the less than an hour drive up here from Clearfield didn't like it. And here comes some pressure by Clearfield. Robbins breaks it easy. It was pretty token pressure. Leiser in trouble. Robbins. Nethercott. 3 ball. Down. Oliver Nethercott now with 9 points on 3 3-pointers. And it's back to a 10-point advantage for Mountain Crest with 5:50 to play in this third quarter. 32-22 Mustangs. Church fires up a 3 and answers.
Number 23, Lincoln Church for 3.
Lincoln Church had a full glass of Amon fluid before this ball game. He's got 4 3-pointers. McNeil with the block on Leiser. We're going the other way. Mountain Crest gets back defensively. Hanson puts his head down, and Hunsaker fouls him. It helps him up.
Foul number 25
Hunsaker's first foul, second team foul. Well, let's see, first team foul on Mountain Crest. First year with a shot clock, and it has not been an issue in this game. It's a 35-second shot clock. Hanson, 3-pointer, short. Rebound, chased down by Mitchell in the corner. Barraza, skip pass to Hanson. Hanson uses the Mitchell screen, loses it out of bounds. And it's another turnover for Clearfield, their 12th. Second of this third quarter. 32-25, Mountain Crest, here's pressure. Mountain Crest breaks it, McNeil back all alone, and Barraza comes and steals it away. Nice hustle by Barraza. 9th turnover for Mountain Crest. Still a 7-point lead for the Mustangs with 4:45 to play here in this third quarter as Hunsaker corrals the miss and then gives it away. Hansen takes it away, and Hunsaker picks up his second foul. Pugmire, Leiser, Hunsaker, and Arnell all with 2 fouls for Mountain Crest. Second team foul. We're not quite midway through this third quarter. Cotter back in the corner to Hansen. Hansen swings across right to left in the lane and puts it in. Hansen with the bucket. We got a foul on Hansen, and they don't like it. That's his third.
Checking in for Clearfield, number 2, Spencer Jones.
So Jones will have to come in, and Hansen will have to sit. 4:29 to play in this third quarter in a 5-point ball game. 32-27, Mountain Crest with the lead. Clearfield led early 3-0. It was tied at 14. The rest of the time, though, Mountain Crest has controlled this ball game. And Ray Robbins will go to the free throw line as he's fouled by McNeil.
Clearfield, 13 foul.
Chase McNeil's second. Robbins, the 6'1 senior, with a couple of charity pitches on the way.
Ray Robbins is his first, shooting second.
Four for 4 from the free throw line in the first half for Mountain Crest. And they hit their first 2 free throws of this second half. And they've outscored Clearfield 5-3 to start this third quarter. And they lead by 7. Jump ball.
Jump ball.
As it came loose and everybody's diving for it.
Clearfield basketball.
And it stays on this end. Jones. He came in for Hansen, who picked up his third foul. Now Barraza looks inside. High post, Mitchell's working from post to post. Mitchell steps inside. Jumper won't go. Rebounded by McNeil, put it up and in. McNeil with 4 points. Nearly a turnover. Actually, McNeil with 6 points. .3:15 to play in this third quarter. A 5-point ball game. Mountain Crest with the lead. Leiser works on McNeil. Long arms for McNeil, and Leiser double dribbled. Yeah, he dribbled, picked up his dribble, and dribbled it again. 11 turnovers now from Mountain Crest. Clearfield with 12. Mentioned it toward the end of the first half. It's the first game of the year for both teams, and both of them at times looking a little ragged.
Stays Clearfield basketball.
Coach McLaughlin for Clearfield in his first year. He actually lives here in Cache Valley. Drives from Smithfield down to Clearfield. Came over from Cottonwood. Here's McNeil. Step inside and miss, but he'll go to the line. 2 shots coming for the big 6'7" post player. Ray Robbins picks up his second. McNeil takes 6 points to the line with him. Looking for 2 more and a chance to cut the lead down to 3. And a chance to cut the lead down to 4 as he misses the first. Small student body here tonight on the night before Thanksgiving. So McNeil hits the second. Mountain Crest usually represents pretty well, even though they've had some issues. The basketball team struggled the last few years. Here's Pugmire. He hasn't struggled tonight. Hunsaker with a nice pass ahead. And Pugmire's in double digits. And there's Hunsaker with a foul. That's his third. Hunsaker kind of got bumped trying to work his way through a screen. Pushed him into the ball carrier. And the foul's called on Hunsaker. So Anderson will come in for Hunsaker. 2:31 to play in this third quarter. 36-30. Mountain Crest with a 6-point lead. Clearfield looking to cut into that. Barraza. Pugmire reaches in. Ball out of bounds, off of Clearfield. And Barraza wants a foul. The Mountain Crest fans want to travel. But it ends up being a turnover as Barraza loses it out of bounds. Nethercott. Looking for a screen. Pugmire provides it. Nethercott on the roll. Pugmire's bucket attempt won't go, and it's rebounded by the big man Mitchell. All 6'10 of him brings it down. Ahead to Cotter. Lay it up, won't go. Mitchell fights for the rebound. Cotter comes up with it, and now we're on the floor, and we got another jump ball. And that's going to go over to Mountain Crest.
Coming in number 3, Jackson Ogden for Clearfield.
Ogden will replace McNeil, so Clearfield gets a little bit smaller. Mountain Crest with 1:40 to play in this third quarter. They lead 36-30. Nearly turn it over. Somehow Nethercott came up with it. Guys running through. He instead goes out front to Robbins as he peels out. Nethercott steps inside against the big man. Shot won't go. A lot of contact. No foul. Here comes Clearfield. Mitchell steps into a three. Rims around and out. Did everything but go through the bucket. 1:10 to play in the third quarter. 36-30. Mountain Crest. Pugmire turns, misses from point blank. Has a nice move against the much taller Mitchell. Mitchell collects the rebound. And Clearfield with another chance to cut into that 6-point Mountain Crest lead. Barraza. Fouled, and that's going to be team foul number 5 on Mountain Crest. And that's going to be by number 5, Ray Robbins. Robbins picks up his third. Arnell will replace Robbins.
Number 3, Josh Arnell for Mountain Crest. Number 23, Lincoln Church.
Church, the 3-point sniper in for Clearfield. They go inside to Church. He hits the deck. And Arnell picks up his third foul.
Foul on Josh Arnell, number 3.
That's 16 fouls, so free throws the rest of the game on any Mountain Crest foul. Church, 3, won't go. Rebound Anderson. 30 seconds to play. Here in this third quarter, a 6-point lead for Mountain Crest. Anderson down the lane, lay it up, miss it. Rebound, scooped out of there by Leiser. Put it up and in. He'll go to the line.
Shooting 1.
That's what Travis Leiser gives you. He's the Energizer Bunny out there, never stops.
Checking in.
The only thing that slows him down is foul trouble, which he has from time to time because he's always 100 miles an hour. Hess will replace Pugmire. Leiser's free throw falls in. 21 seconds to play in this third quarter, a 9-point ball game. Mountain Crest with the lead. Jones leaves it short. He'll go to the line. If it's on Arnell, that's his 4th. And it is on Arnell.
3, Josh Arnell.
So Clearfield will shoot free throws for the rest of the game. There's 14.7 seconds left in the third quarter. And that puts them into the penalty. Mountain Crest still has, Clearfield has 3 fouls to give, so Mountain Crest can be fouled 3 more times. And Jones connects on the first. Jones with 4. Looking for one more. It's an 8-point Mustang lead with 14.7 seconds left on the clock. It's a 7-point Mustang lead. Hunsaker back in there with the foul trouble. This one tapped away and turned over. Mountain Crest now with 12 turnovers. 7 seconds, ball out of bounds. Tap back, Clearfield looking for it. Barraza up and in. And that's the end of the third quarter of play as Barraza puts it in right before the buzzer, and it's a 5-point game. It was a 5-point game as we head into the half. It's a 5-point game going into the fourth. 39-34. Mountain Crest leads Clearfield on the game of the week. Well, we've had a lot of great sponsors over the year here for the years for the game of the week on the Valley Channel. Old Grist Mill, always one of my favorite. I love all the sponsors, but man, Old Grist Mill has just part of every outdoor adventure our family has ever had. I mean, we don't even ask where we're going to go eat. We're going to stop at Old Grist Mill. They build you a custom sack lunch with a homemade sandwich, drink, and a treat on the go. Old Grist Mill, one of our game of the week sponsors. Aspen Dental is one of our Game of the Week sponsors as well. They have a goal. That goal is for you to feel completely comfortable in their office. They want you to come on in, find out what personalized dentistry means at Aspen Dental, Game of the Week sponsor. So Clearfield will get the ball to start this fourth quarter. It's a 5-point ball game. Clearfield outscores Mountain Crest 14-10 in the third, including a couple of buckets right there in the late going. Free throws and then a bucket. 3 on the way. Cotter hits. Peyton Cotter with his first bucket of the night. And it's a 2-point ball game, 37-39. Mountain Crest still leads Clearfield. We've just started this fourth quarter. In fact, 7.5 to play in the game. Robbins in trouble amongst the tall timber. He finds Nethercott. Nethercott works against Hansen, who pressures. Hand off to Robbins. Hunsaker, who's had a good game, interrupted by foul trouble. And an offensive foul on the screen attempt by Hess. And they don't like it here in Hyrum. Pugmire replaces Hess. And no free throws on the offensive foul, but that goes as another turnover. 13 turnovers from Mountain Crest. We're even on that count for both teams. 7 minutes to play now in this ball game. A 2-point Mountain Crest lead at 39-37. Anderson for the lead. He's got it. That wasn't Anderson. That was Cotter. Again, back-to-back three-pointers. And it's 40-39. Clearfield, 6:45 to play in the ball game. First lead since the first quarter for Clearfield. They try to get it down low to Pugmire. Goes through his hands, but Hunsaker's Johnny on the spot. McNeil says, get out. And here comes Jones, just about loses it. Hansen directs traffic. Cotter is hot. He's on this side. He's got the ball. Hansen splits the zone. Tripped up. He'll go to the line. And that is on Hunsaker. And Hunsaker just picked up his fourth foul. Mountain Crest wants a timeout as they now trail 40-39 with 6:10 to play in this ball game. Gives us a chance to mention a couple of more of our awesome game sponsors. Palmer Home Furnishings. You know something about Palmer Home Furnishings? They have just so much, it's hard to know what to talk about with Palmer Home Furnishings. They're your sectional's headquarters, I'll tell you that. But you go onto their website, if you go to palmerhomefurnishings.com, you can go see what they have and decide what you want. They've always got great deals going on down there and great sales. Palmer Home Furnishings, one of our Game of the Week sponsors. And don't forget about the good folks at Wendy's. You like bacon? We have the big bacon cheddar cheeseburger and the big bacon cheddar chicken or something on that menu. They've been on that menu for a while. If you haven't tried it, you need to. And for a change of pace, go grab one of their breakfast sandwiches. There's so many great breakfast sandwiches out there you can go grab. Wendy's, it's just a little bit different. There's something different about it, and it's awesome. Different is good. Wendy's, a Game of the Week sponsor. So Church will go to the free throw line. He takes 12 points with him, all coming on 3-point buckets. Now the officials having a chat. Not sure what they're doing, what they're talking about. Was it Church that was fouled, or was it Hansen? Hansen's over on the bench right now. And they're talking to Coach Smith about it down in front of the scorer's table. Maybe they're talking about the breakfast sandwich at Wendy's. Yummy. We're still waiting. So one of the officials is having a chat with Coach Smith, Mountain Crest Coach Smith, right here at the scorer's table. So I think, yeah, it was Hansen that got fouled. And he had to come out. I don't know if he's got some blood on him or what. Marcus Ma, the Mountain Crest trainer, is going to look at Hansen. Well, I think they're talking to him, and he's kind of rubbing his head. He might have whacked his head going through there. And so I think they're trying to decide, does Clearfield get to decide who shoots those free throws, or does Mountain Crest get to decide that? And if he's hurt, I think Clearfield gets to decide that. And that's what they've done. So Church, 3 3-pointers on the night. He comes in to the free throw line. And after all that, he misses. Robbins tips it. Mountain Crest coming back the other way, trailing by a bucket. Robbins, stop, pop, miss. Rebound McNeil. Dribbled off the front of the iron. There's that scoring that Coach Smith was talking about. Have to find a way to put the ball in the bucket, because they have 39 points, and they trail. Here's the steal and the run out. Hunsaker, lay it up and in.
2-point by Hunsaker.
14 turnovers now for Clearfield. Hunsaker with 12 points. 41-40 with 5:25 to play in the ball game. Mountain Crest with a 1-point lead. Church off the curl, doesn't take the shot. Jones looking underneath. McNeil all alone. The Falcons seesaw back in front, 42-41, 5 minutes to play. Who's going to make the plays down the stretch? Both of these teams trying to improve on last year. Hunsaker, 3, too hard. Pugmire taps it out, but Jones comes up with it. Here's Cotter. McNeil waits for a cutter. He can't find Mitchell. Cotter, 3. Won't go. Rebounded by Anderson. Under 4.5 to play in the game now. 1 point Clearfield lead, 42-41. Hunsaker off the back of the iron. Robbins gets the long board, lay it up, score it.
Robbins for 2.
Robbins now with 7. 4 of those 7 here in this second half. 43-42 Mountain Crest. 4 minutes to play. Cotter looks into McNeil. McNeil double, turns in and scores. I think McNeil's played a heck of a ball game. He's got 11 points, some blocks, and a bunch of rebounds. Hunsaker in the corner. Robbins 3-ball. Got it! His first 3 of the night. He's in double figures with 10. 3:25 to play in the game. 46-44 Mountain Crest. Cotter in trouble. Jones gets open for him. Timeout. Coach McLaughlin, as the Clearfield Falcons want to talk about it. 17 seconds on the shot clock, 3:13 on the game clock, and a 2-point Mountain Crest lead. Who Hot, a game sponsor. How do you Who Hot? Do you like lots of meat? Are you more vegetarian? Are you gluten-free? Are you on that low-carb diet? That's the beauty of Who Hot. You decide how to Who Hot.
Let's hear it for our cheerleaders.
Who Hot, a Game of the Week sponsor. Well, the Valley Channel basketball schedule for this year, after tonight, we're going to go to Green Canyon next Friday. Twin Falls pays a visit to the Wolves. Twin Falls at Green Canyon on December 2nd. A week later on December 9th, another Idaho team, Century, visiting Logan on December 16th. Madison at Skyview. That's always a good game. Madison up in the Rigby area, very good ball team. That's always a good ball game. And then December 21st, Park City at Green Canyon. Those are our games before Christmas. After Christmas, Preston at Mountain Crest. Preston, one of the best teams in Idaho. And that closes out 2022. A lot of good games coming up in the next few weeks. Mitchell, good look at a 3. The big lefty misses everything. Rebound fought for. Jones leaves it short. Reiser's got it. 3 minutes to play in this ball game. A 2-point Mountain Crest lead. Weiser down the middle. Kicks it. Baseline jumper. Pugmire too hard. Robbins taps it, and then it goes off his leg as Jones grabbed it, turned, and threw it off his knee. And with 2:49 to play in the ball game, Clearfield trails 46-44. And they have the ball. Church hasn't had a look at a 3 here in this fourth quarter. Jones off to McNeil. McNeil back to Jones. 3 on the way. Got it! Jones with 8. And Clearfield back out in front. 47-46. 2:15 to play in the ball game. 25 on the shot clock. The Mustangs work it. Now we're under 2 minutes. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hunsaker takes the bump, leans in under, puts it up and in. Hunsaker with 14. 1:45 to play in the game. 48-41 Mountain Crest as we go back and forth. Mountain Crest led by 10 at one point. Clearfield's come all the way back. McNeil turns in, puts it up, misses it. McNeil gets it back as Mitchell keeps it alive and puts it back up and in. McNeil with 13. Clearfield back out front. 49-48. 1:15 on the game clock. Down low, Pugmire fouled. McNeil was late rotating. 3 fouls on McNeil. That's only the 5th team foul on Clearfield. Mountain Crest with 9, so Clearfield's been able to defend without fouling. And here's Pugmire at the line, his first free throws of the night. Missed the first one. Cotter will replace Church. Lincoln Church, the 5'11 junior with 12 points on the night. He heads to the bench. Cotter's been hot in this second half. At back-to-back threes in this fourth quarter to get Clearfield back in the game. Second one, no good. Robbins knocks it out of bounds. 1:13 on the game clock. And Clearfield, with a 1-point lead, has the basketball. 35-second shot clock, so Mountain Crest will get at least one more possession. If they can rebound a miss, I guess. $20 seconds on the shot clock. 55 on the game clock. Shot clock down to 10. Mitchell, baseline shut off. Nice job by Pugmire. McNeil puts it up, hits it. McNeil has been gigantic in this fourth quarter. 8 points, 15 for the game. A 3-point lead for Clearfield. 33 seconds to play in the ball game. Nethercott. Robbins in trouble. Now he finds Nethercott. Backdoor cut. Robbins put it up and in. And a chance for a tie game. Robbins with 12 and a chance to tie the ball game with 14 seconds left as he earns a 3-point play the old-fashioned way, 14 even. So Clearfield, if Robbins ties it and misses, or excuse me, if Robbins shoots it and misses, Clearfield can hold if they rebound it, and they end up going to the line. Mountain Crest would have to foul. If he makes, then it's play defense for 14 seconds. Dr. Paul Daines, a board-certified audiologist. Yeah, he's a doctor choosing a hearing professional. It's a huge decision. Hearing aids aren't prescribed like glasses, so proper hearing aid recommendations and fitting depend on the professional taking care of you. Dr. Paul Daines at Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology is just one of those professionals. Dr. Paul Daines and Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, a Game of the Week sponsor. So Robbins in a pressure-packed situation, the senior at the line. He's got 12 points. He's got 9 of them here in the second half. Free throw, good. We're tied up. Cotter out to Jones. 3. Won't go. Rebound. Out of bounds. And whose ball is it? Clearfield ball with 2.3 seconds left. Barraza looked like he had a chance to put it back up and in. They knocked it away from him out of bounds, and they said Mountain Crest touched it last. And Clearfield will have a chance. 2.3. Just enough time to get it in. Maybe take one dribble and get a shot off. See if they put Church in the ballgame. They don't need a 3. Any shot will do. See if they work some action with those two bigs, McNeil and Mitchell, and throw one up for him in front of the rim to see if they can tap it in and maybe get fouled and go to the line. That would seem to be, with a guy 6'7" and a guy 6'10", that would seem to be something that might be an option. Let's see what Coach McLaughlin draws up. Tied at 51. 2.3 seconds left. A fun game to start the season here on the Game of the Week in the Valley Channel.
2.3 seconds left. Clearfield basketball.
You got McNeil at 6'7" and Mitchell at 6'10", both in there in the paint. See if they throw it up to the rim for him. They do. Mitchell turns, fires, misses it. Rebound, Barraza. It's too late. We're going to bonus basketball.
Let's hear it for our Mustangs! Let's hear it for them! Yeah!
So they get it to Mitchell, but they didn't get it to him near the rim. Mountain Crest did a good job of pushing him away from the front of the rim, so he had to turn and kind of fire up a jumper instead of just something he could pop up there. And we go to overtime. Anderson Seed and Garden is one of our Game of the Week sponsors. You know, Mark down there at Anderson Seed and Garden, I think he's forgotten more about gardening than I'll ever know, and I feel like I know a lot about it. Grew up with a big garden, taught well. Here by my family, we always had a great big garden. But you know, you talk to Mark Anderson over there, he's like a walking encyclopedia. He can tell you everything you need to know, when to do it, what to do it, how to do it. That's Mark down at Anderson Seed and Garden, Anderson Seed and Garden in the historical district there on Center Street, a Game of the Week sponsor. Well, 4 extra minutes in this ball game. Logan and Tooele are going at it tonight. Last night, Syracuse beat Green Canyon 62-47. Bear River beat Kearns 45-39. Logan stomped Granger 83-47. Then they turn around and play Tooele tonight. And Ridgeline beat Tooele 83-73 in the non-defense special. Pugmire taps it out, but Jones chases it down. Pugmire got off the ground there, man. Clearfield had a lead and lost it on a three-point play. They go into Mitchell. Mitchell from the left side.
Austin Mitchell for 2.
And Austin Mitchell now with 4 points. They've got him for 6 on the big board. I've got him for 4 on my extremely unofficial scoring sheet. Clearfield with the lead. Mountain Crest turns it over. They're 14th of the night. 35-second shot clock this year in high school ball. And Clearfield's going to run a little bit of it. 20 seconds left on it. 15 on the shot clock. 3 minutes to go in overtime. Clearfield leads 53-51. 8 seconds. Clearfield needs to start looking for something. 5 on the shot clock. Barraza puts it up, no good. Mitchell chases it, kicks it out with his knee. Barraza, Church, 3. Short, rebounded by Pugmire. Hands it off to Hunsaker, and Hunsaker trots across the timeline. 2:35 to play in overtime. Clearfield by 2. Lizer shut off by Ogden. Shot short by Nethercott. Rebounded easy by Clearfield. And here comes Jones. We haven't seen Hansen since he fell down and bumped his head. He's been running the point for Clearfield all night until that foul. Jones, good closeout by Nethercott. Down they go to the big man. Mitchell puts it up, misses. Fights for the rebound. He's fouled by Lizer. He'll go to the free throw line. It'll be 2 free throws coming. As Travis Lizer picks up his 3rd. He picked up 2 early, and he's stayed out of foul trouble since.
21, Austin Mitchell shooting 2.
Lizer with 4 points. Mitchell, the left-handed free throw is good. He missed 2 in the first quarter. He hits 1 here to give Clearfield a 3-point lead. And now a chance to make it a 2-possession ball game. with 2:01 to play in overtime. He does. Six points for Mitchell. Under 2 minutes to play in overtime. 55-51, Clearfield. Robbins runs over a defender. Pugmire comes up with it, and he knows what to do.
Pugmire for 2.
Pugmire in double figures, he's got 13. Robbins with 13, 14 for Hunsaker. 13 for Pugmire. Jones looks down low to Mitchell. Mitchell stuck underneath the bucket. Tries to bring it around and reach out from under a la Dr. J. And he can't quite get it there. So a chance to tie or take the lead for Mountain Crest. A 3 puts the Mustangs in the lead, but the Nethercott drive ties it. 11 for Nethercott as he's in double figures. 4 Mustangs in double figures. We're tied at 55. Clock ticks under a minute now. Ogden hands it off to Barraza. He drives in, kicks it out to Church. Church hands it back. 13 on the shot clock. Barraza turns left, or goes right. Goes left, turns right, misses. Directions are hard. McNeil back in, and he sat for a while. He was hot in that fourth quarter. I wondered when they were going to get him back in there, and they do finally, but he's got 4 fouls, so they were saving him for the stretch run, and this is the stretch run. It's a tie game with 39.2 seconds to play in overtime, tied at 55. Up next for Mountain Crest. Next week, they're going to head south. They're going to play Pineview, Cedar City, and Desert Hills back to back to back, December 1st through the 3rd. So they get to take a trip. They'd love to take a trip with a win under their belt. It's been a enjoyable ball game. Again, I mentioned it's been kind of ragged a few times. You kind of expect that on the first game of the season, but both of these teams, coaches talked to me before the game saying we need to find a way to score the basketball. And well, both of them are well over their season average for last year. So that's a good start to the season for both of them, both at 55 points. Region 11 ball going on tonight, Logan and Tooele. No score out of that one. So the Mustangs with the ball, there's a 4-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So even if Mountain Crest scores, Clearfield would have a chance to tie or win, depending on what happens with Mountain Crest on this possession. Nethercott against Jones, stripped away, ball's free. Barraza grabs it. Clock runs and we got a tied up ball, 19.6, and who has the possession arrow? Mountain Crest.
Mountain Crest basketball.
Barraza's begging the officials. He said, I was calling timeout. He was, and they didn't give it to him. It's because he was underneath 3 Mustangs. I doubt they could see him. So now the shot clock doesn't matter. Mountain Crest can hold for the last shot. Nethercott raises, scores! Nethercott with 13. Clearfield wants a timeout, 10.6 on the clock. 57-55, Mountain Crest takes the late lead on the angled jumper left side by Nethercott. Nethercott with a baker's dozen. That's 13 to you and me. Nethercott with 13, Hunsaker with 14. 13 for Robbins. 13 for Pugmire. Clearfield McNeil has 15. 12 from Church. But neither one of those guys have had a look here in this overtime. And they didn't get looks coming down the stretch either. Mountain Crest kept the ball out of their hands. In the second half and overtime, Clearfield's outscored Mountain Crest 21-16. As Mountain Crest had that 5-point lead at the half. But it's Mountain Crest with the lead. 7 seconds. Church to McNeil. McNeil, shot, won't go. Rebounded by Robbins. And the Mustangs survive. Let's see if they call a foul. Hang on. McNeil listened to the crowd. The crowd was chanting 3-2-1 when there was still 5 seconds up there. So they're going to put a little bit of time on the clock. Mountain Crest will have to throw it in bounds.
Timeout, Clearfield.
They're going to put 3 seconds on the clock. See, that's crazy because that's kind of when McNeil shot it. It was about 3 seconds. The crowd was chanting, 3, 2, 1 at 6 seconds, and McNeil kind of threw up a quick shot. I don't know if he listened to him and kind of panicked a little, and it wasn't the shot that you would probably hope for if you're Clearfield. And the shot goes up with 5 seconds on the clock, and then they bounce it around a little bit. The officials say, okay, we're putting 3 on the clock. So Clearfield's got 3 more fouls. Well, no, that'd be double bonus. Clearfield is in the bonus, so if they foul immediately, Mountain Crest gets 1 and 1. And if the Mustangs go to the line and put them both in, ball game's over. If they make 1 out of 2, well, crazy things happen sometimes in high school sports.
Mountain Crest basketball under the basket. 3 seconds left in overtime.
Robbins will throw in. Nethercott, Hunsaker, Leiser, Pugmire. Gets it into Hunsaker. He's fouled. And it took him 2 seconds
Hunsaker will be shooting
to get to him and get the call.
23.
So there's .9. Hunsaker can put the ball game away as Church picks up the foul. It's his first. Hansen, who was running the point for this Clearfield team, got hurt midway through the 4th. I think that was tough. Won't go. Timeout. They got a timeout before it ran out. Let's see. At most, they'd have half a second. Let's see what the officials do, because, they have to know that they're going to call a timeout as soon as they get it. But it's up to these guys. .9 was on the clock when they shot the free throw. They're going to .6. So they're going to have to throw a long inbounds pass, and some guy's going to just have to barely touch it. The clock shouldn't start until the ball is touched on the inbounds throw. Clearfield drawing something up. It's going to have to be a long pass and a clean catch and a chuck at the bucket. Hard-fought ball game by both of these teams here tonight. 57-55, 0.6 seconds left in overtime. Clearfield with one final chance to tie it or win it. Barraza with the long throw, and Hunsaker steals it away. And that's it. The Mustangs get the win, 57-55 over Clearfield. The Mustangs start the season 1-0. We hope you enjoyed the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. We'll see you next time on the Game of the Week.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you have been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings. Our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Custom Fence Company. Privacy, security, peace of mind. Rich's Cars and Credit. Good guys you can trust. Anderson Seed and Garden. Growing better gardeners. The Logo Shop. We logo stuff. All kinds of stuff. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Factory Pizzeria. We're open late after the game. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 30 years.
Nobody does bacon like Wendy's. And now, we're bringing you the Big Bacon Classic, made with fresh, never frozen beef, topped with hot and crispy bacon. So if you're not getting your bacon cheeseburger from Wendy's, what are you getting? If you want bacon done right, we got you with the Big Bacon Classic. What are you waiting for?
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley.